Hi everyone, it's Bae bringing you Captain Tsubasa Tatakae Dream Team, or Dream Team, sorry. And sorry about my previous video. My PC got messed up, and the video just shut off all of a sudden. And I'm doing from the defender part, right? I was doing goalkeeper and DMF ranking in the previous one, so now I'm gonna go over defender and on, right? And I was saying the number one defender up to date today in the global version will be Gentile. The reason for that is because of his skill. He has two, he will be able to go two ways, tackle and block. These are, this is what's important about for defender. You have to give the opponent options, right? If you only have tackle, even if your tackle is super strong, well, if it's really, really, really strong, maybe tackle could get, whatever, option the opponent does. But normally, if you only have one, skill, then it's hard to get the ball from the opponent, because all they have to do is dodge that one skill that the defender has, right? So the good point about Gentile is because that he has two skills, and his also team skill is pretty good. He gives like 10% additional points to all agility player, blue color player's tackle. So yeah, it boosts everyone, who has agility, who's in agility, what is it called, the segment or group, tackle point by 10%. And he has block, so he could, you could, choose out of the two. That's one. And also his stats, right? Tackle's figure is like 6,500 alone. That's really high. And second place, I would say, would be Jito, right here. Again, he has two skills, tackle and block. Okay? High power tackle and high power block. And combination play with Sano, this is like, it's not useful because he's defender. There's not many chance of him. You wouldn't want him to go up so, far. So you don't use it that much. I've never used it in a real PvP play. Only when I play with my friends, as for fun and stuff. Yeah, so he has tackle and block, so that's good. But he's more of a balanced character if you look at the figure. He has 5,300 tackle and 5,200 block. Whereas, if you remember, Gentile had like 6,500 tackle and 4,800 block or something, right? So yeah, the reason why I chose Gentile is because, his tackle is super high, that he might even get like, shots, because the figure is so high. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's really, I know, because I've gone against Gentile so many times, and I hate him as opponent's defender character, because he really gets, he has, he makes me confused. He confuses me by, because he has two skills, and also even if I like dodge his tackle by doing shots or pass, he sometimes really gets it with tackle, because his tackle figure is so high. Yeah, and the reason why I chose Jito as second place is because not only he has two skills, he has a pretty good figure, but he also will be important, in other cases, like in the future you will have SSR or UR Tachibana brothers as a Dream Collection character. He came out as the very first Dream Fest, collection character in Japan, so he should come out to you soon. Yeah, and in order for you to fully utilize Tachibana brothers, you need Jito. If you know the actual anime, right? He's gonna be in the bottom, kicking the twin brothers up in the air so that they could do the twin shot, right? Yeah, Skylove twin shot. So yeah, Jito will be important for that, and he also will be useful to do Tachibana's brothers pass cut or block. Yeah. So, and not only that, but in the very recent Japanese movement, there was this All Japan new Misugi, and his cut skill also needs Jito. Yeah, like the Skylove Hurricane kind of combination skill. So yeah, those are the reasons why Jito is really useful in many occasions. So I would say Jito, as a defender alone, he himself is really strong too. So I would say he comes next to Gentile, and then yeah, because of all the, other, useful, way to use him, I would say Jito is second place. And then I would say comes, who else is there at the moment? Oh, Galvin. No, he's only SR. Robson, but he only has A skills, so that's not good. He needs S because everyone else has S, basically. And okay, Bunak and Wylan. I guess those are it for now, right? And I would say Wylan would come next because he, originally he only has okay, he has dribble as an offensive skill, but as a defender he only has cross defense, which is tackle, right? But you could get there's a raid for him where you can get cut skill, yeah, C rank cut skill, so that's good. As I said, he'll be able to give 2 options to the opponent, right? And also his tackle is pretty high, 5,900, and also his intercept figure is also over 5,000, right? So when you do the raid and get his cut skill, his intercept figure is pretty good too, so it's good, yeah. And so that's, I guess I would say Oilan would be third, but as I think Bunak is as good as Oilan, or as good even as Jito, to be honest. But the reason why I put Jito as second is because he is useful in other cases as well, right? And Bunak, the reason why he comes to in 4th place is because he only has block as a defensive skill, right? Even up to date today, he only has block, yeah. But the thing is, his block figure is super high, like Gentile's tackle, so he's very useful. Even if you do block and the opponent does like something other than shot, you might get it because it's so high. The figure is so high. Yeah. So I might, okay, I would put Bunak and Oilan as same 3rd place. Yeah, it's too hard to say which is better. Yeah. Although he only has 1 skill, his figure is so strong that yeah, you might get it, whether or not you hit, go up against shot, even if the opponent does pass or like dribble, you might get it, yeah. By the way, before I go on to OMF and forward, maybe I'll do that in another video, and I did this in the past video, but in case you haven't watched it, for those who haven't watched it, I want to go over it again, how to calculate the actual figure. Okay, for defender, because I'm looking at Bunak, if you want to look at his actual tackle figure, it's not, you don't only look at this 4,608. You have to add on top of that half of speed. So that's like what, 1,800, right? Around 1,800, right? Or 1,900, okay? So if you add on top of 4,600, 1,900, then that will bring the figure up to like 6,500, okay? So if you want to look at the actual block figure, it's not only 6,500, but you add power, half of power. And his power is like 2,000, what? 500 plus 200, so 700. 2,700, so if you add 2,700 on top of this, it would be like 9,200, okay? So that's how you calculate the actual figure. And if you want to do the intercept figure, you add half of technique, so that's like 6,000 for him, right? And if you want to look at actual dribble, shot, and pass, the offensive attack skills, you add half of speed on top of dribble, half of power on top of shot, half of technique on top of pass. So that's how you figure out the actual figures, okay? Please do the calculation yourselves for whatever character you have, so that you could figure out the actual figure, because sometimes if you add the physical figures, your offensive or defensive stats might go above, whoever you thought was better. Yeah, so please do that. And for goalkeepers, it's a bit different. So in order for you to figure out the actual punch figure, you add speed and power and then divide that by 4. And then add that on top of punch. I think it was. Divide that by 2? No, 4. Yeah. You add power and speed and then divide that by 4 and then add that figure to punch. And for catch, you add power and technique and divide that by 4 and then add that to catch. I think that was how it is. If I'm wrong, I'll write it on the description section, but I think I'm correct. Yeah, so that's how you figure out the actual figures for each character. Okay, so please do the math to figure the actual figures because that's really important. Yeah, so that's about it for today, I guess. Yeah, I went over only defender on this video, but I'll do the OMF and forward in the future video. Please stay tuned. I might need some time to upload those videos, but I'll try to hurry as much as possible. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and sorry about the previous video. It finished in the middle of my conversation, going over the defenders, and yeah, sorry about that. And please do subscribe. I'll be doing some very important, useful, tip videos on the game because I could do this since I've already been playing the Japanese versions for over 6 months. Yeah, so please do subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. Thanks. Bye.